Welcome back, I'm Retro Bucky, and today we're going to take a look at Jaws on the NES. This was the most frustrating game that I've played all week. But luckily, you won't face the same problems because I'm going to give you some tips on how to beat this piece of crap. So let's roll the intro clip, pop this piece of crap in the system, and get started.
I gave you my heart.
This is the most frustrating game I've played in a long time, and probably the worst. The biggest issue to this game is that there's no real substance to it. There's no levels to complete. It's just a repetitive mess. Think of it as an evil, updated version of Aquaventure, but not as enjoyable. I know what you're thinking, Bucky. How is it that bad? Well, let me tell you about it. So the point of this game is to kill Jaws and to get strong enough to do it. To do this, you'll need to collect shells, and that's only going to be through encounters. And if you're lucky, you get to play mini games, which can rack up quite a few shells all at once. It's an endless amount of sailing from one port to another just to buy them. And the first thing you receive is a tracker. This is supposed to help track Jaws, but it's useless and it's a waste of shells. You can track them just by listening to the repetitive music in the background go from soft to loud. After you get the tracker, you can start buying power from the ports. But as your power grows, the encounters get harder. By the time your power reaches level 4, you're already surrounded by sharks, and jellyfish have just become heat-seeking missiles, traveling wherever you're going. And you only have one chance not to screw up. All your power will be lost, you'll lose some shells, and Jaws' health will reset back to the beginning. Eventually, you'll be in limbo, progressing just far enough to die and hear the same intro over and over again. You could beat this game without ever powering up, but that's only if you have no life and you're skilled enough. I mean, you could chip away at Jaws' health until he's dead. That's about 1,000 hits at power 1, but who's got time for that? Jaws is not that hard to fight or kill. He's just like the other enemies, just bigger, slower, and higher health. The key is killing him quickly, which is pretty easy once you get to power 9. And you mainly just have to dodge the enemies and keep laying into the attack. So here's some tips that I've learned playing this game that should help you beat this piece of crap. Tip number 1, farm for the shells. This is the most important tip in this game, and it's the easiest to do before you buy the tracker. From tracker to power 9, it will cost you around 130 shells. It's best to obtain as much as you can before powering up. It'll make your life a lot easier and be less of a pain later. Tip number 2, when dealing with Jaws at a lower level, stay above water. When you're all the way at the top of the screen, he can't touch you, and you're able to just slide down just a little to get your shots in. And there's also a glitch. If you go down just a hair, you'll be able to fire right at him and he can never touch you. Tip 3, beware of those stupid jellyfish. Jellyfish are your #1 enemy. They're completely spawned at random, and they're more dangerous than the sharks. And you have no clue when or where they're going to pop out at. And all it takes is one hit. Number 4, don't take stupid risks. You're not Rambo. If you have all your shells, and you're just trying to get to port, don't engage with the enemies. Just swim around them. They go in the same pattern. You can work around them, and you do not have to engage them to try to get more shells. Eventually, the timer's going to run out, and you'll be right back on the shore. Tip 5, obtain the sub as soon as it comes available. It's always on the bottom right of the screen, and it's great to have because it gives you an extra life in case you get hit by an enemy. And it usually will work great, especially around those stupid jellyfish. Tip 6. Stay away from the shores because they're a complete death sentence. If you get caught on the shore, you might as well just reset the game because it's a death trap. You're going to die. It's almost impossible to work around all of them, especially when Jaws is involved. You will always almost get stuck in a trap to where it doesn't matter which direction you're trying to go, you're going to get caught and die. Tip number 7, for the love of God, do not die. As soon as you die, it's back to 1. Once you get to power 9, you can easily beat Jaws. Working around the enemies isn't too hard, especially at power 9. Oddly enough, you see less jellyfish and less of other enemies. So I guess he just feels sorry for you and just decided to hand it to you on a platter. But you just work chipping away his life, and it goes pretty quickly. And the next thing you know, you're going to go into a first-person shooter. And once you get taken here, don't panic. You can take your time. He can hurt you. Yes, a deadly man-eating shark that killed all those people on the shore and destroyed a ship can't hurt you. From here, it's pretty simple. Just wait for him to get close, release the strobe, have him jump out of the water, see his white belly and pierce him with your boat. And finally, you get to watch him sink into damnation. And how sweet it is. Guys, I hope you find these tips helpful. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are interested in winning a free Toploader to play all your favorite NES games on, all you have to do is subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss an update. Subscribing automatically puts you into my raffle. It's free stuff. You can't go wrong. Until next time, my friends, stay home, stay safe, and play games. Catch you later.
I give you my heart.